Hello and welcome back to our channel. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. If you like this video, don't forget to give a thumbs up. Let's discuss about the Jack the Ripper today, one of the most notorious serial killers in history. Jack the Ripper terrorized the streets of London in the late 19th century, and his brutal attacks on women shocked the world. In this video, we'll explore the story of Jack the Ripper, the victims he claimed, and the mystery that still surrounds his identity. Jack the Ripper was an unidentified serial killer who terrorized the Whitechapel area of London, England in 1888. The name, Jack the Ripper, was derived from a letter sent to a newspaper at the time, purportedly from the killer himself. The Ripper's killings were particularly brutal, with victims typically having their throats slashed and being mutilated in various ways. The killer targeted female prostitutes who worked in the Whitechapel area, and his attacks were characterized by their gruesome nature. The murders began in August 1888, when the body of Mary Ann Nichols was found in Bucks Row. Nichols had been brutally killed, with her throat slashed and her abdomen mutilated. Over the next few weeks, more bodies were found, including those of Annie Chapman, Elizabeth Stride, and Catherine Eddowes. All of the victims had been killed in a similar manner, leading police and investigators to believe that all 5 killings were the work of the same person. The last known killing attributed to the Ripper was that of Mary Jane Kelly, whose body was found in her home in November 1888. Kelly's body had been mutilated beyond recognition, and the killer had removed and arranged her internal organs on a nearby table. Despite extensive investigations and numerous suspects over the years, Jack the Ripper was never caught. The case remains one of the most notorious unsolved crimes in history. The Ripper's modus operandi was consistent throughout the attacks. He targeted vulnerable women who worked as prostitutes in the Whitechapel area, and he typically attacked them in the early hours of the morning. The killer was believed to have had some medical knowledge, as his cuts were precise and appeared to have been made with a sharp knife. Some investigators believe that the killer may have been a surgeon or a butcher. The Whitechapel murders caused widespread panic in London at the time, with people afraid to leave their homes at night. The killings also led to increased scrutiny of the police force and their methods of investigation. Many theories have been put forward over the years about the identity of Jack the Ripper. Some suspects have included doctors, butchers, and even members of the British royal family. One of the most famous suspects was a man named Aaron Kosminski, a Polish barber who was said to have had a history of mental illness. However, there is no concrete evidence to link Kosminski to the killings. Another popular theory is that the Ripper was a man named Francis Tumblety, an American quack doctor who was known to have a hatred of women. Tumblety was in London at the time of the murders, but again, there is no conclusive evidence to link him to the crimes. The legacy of Jack the Ripper has endured for more than a century, with the case continuing to fascinate and intrigue people around the world. The Whitechapel murders have inspired countless books, movies, and TV shows. Some experts have suggested that the Ripper may have been responsible for more murders than the 5 that are commonly attributed to him. There have been other unsolved killings in the Whitechapel area that have been linked to the Ripper. The case has also led to advances in forensic science and criminal investigation techniques. Many of the methods that were used to investigate the Ripper murders are still used today. Despite the numerous theories and investigations over the years, the true identity of Jack the Ripper remains a mystery. The case continues to capture the public's imagination, and it is likely that the mystery will never be solved. There have been many books, movies, and TV shows about the case, and it is a topic that continues to be discussed and debated by historians, criminologists, and true crime enthusiasts. In recent years, advancements in forensic science have led to new attempts to identify the killer using DNA analysis. In 2019, researchers claimed to have identified the Ripper's true identity using genetic analysis of a shawl that was found at one of the crime scenes. According to the study, the shawl contained DNA from both the victim and the killer, and the DNA was a match for a Polish immigrant named Aaron Kosminski. However, the methodology and results of the study have been debated by other experts, and the true identity of the Ripper remains a subject of much speculation and debate. The legacy of Jack the Ripper has had a profound impact on popular culture and the public's perception of crime. The case has been studied by criminologists and law enforcement agencies around the world, and it has inspired new techniques and methods for investigating and solving crimes. The story of the Whitechapel murders has also had a lasting impact on London's East End, with many of the sites associated with the case still standing and serving as reminders of the city's dark past. In conclusion, Jack the Ripper was a mysterious and elusive figure who terrorized London in the late 19th century. His brutal attacks on vulnerable women shocked the public and led to one of the most notorious unsolved crimes in history. Despite numerous investigations and countless suspects, the true identity of the Ripper remains a mystery to this day. The legacy of the Whitechapel murders has had a lasting impact on popular culture and law enforcement, and the case continues to fascinate and intrigue people around the world. While the identity of Jack the Ripper may never be fully revealed, his story will continue to be studied and analyzed by true crime enthusiasts and historians for generations to come. In conclusion, the story of Jack the Ripper is a dark and fascinating chapter in the history of London. His brutal attacks on vulnerable women shocked the world and left a lasting impact on popular culture. Despite numerous investigations and countless suspects, the true identity of the Ripper remains a mystery. We hope you found this video informative, and thank you for watching. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed the channel, please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you won't miss any of our videos. Thanks for watching. Let's see you in the next video.